Welcome back. I'm gonna try to keep going on the wiring today. It's still kind of cold. I'm gonna try to make it a quick one today. I just wanna see if I can wire up the other end of the, you know what, let's just do it. Not like anybody cares about this, but I did buy another really cheap shelf that I want to put in that corner over there for like painting stuff. I think whenever this weather breaks, like the spring or summer or something, I want to put like a decent effort into pushing everything out, cleaning up the maybe painting the walls, maybe putting up some shelves, some cupboards, and then running air lines and more power receptacles. Maybe not the receptacles themselves, but like the pull cords. Yeah, so I think it's well overdue for that. Also, what I might do is, you'll see this came out really bad. So I might sand this, which isn't a bad idea because that Duplicolor paint, if you look really closely, you can see that the tape pulled it right up. So I only sprayed that in the jam here. So I might sand all of this as well as this to make this look nicer, because you're gonna see this when you open the door. But yeah, it looks really bad over here. I bought the gun. I'm going to try to paint at some point. I do want to mask off this, and I'm going to do this as SEM trim black, but I still need to take care of this. Cool. But I'm not doing that right now, maybe later today. Like I said, it's a little cold, but I think we can work in the sun. Over here might warm us up a little bit. Consensus seems to be that this is okay here, so I might tighten it all up and leave it. One question that came up was, should I use the 4-post to wire everything up the way it should be, and then when you kill it, it kills everything? That is a good way of doing it, but you can achieve that with, basically the concern is that the alternator will keep supplying power. If it's hooked up to that corner, it'll keep supplying power to here, which is what I originally thought I was going to do. What you do instead is, and I'm going to leave a link in the description to where I found this out. Motion Raceworks, I believe. They have a great video that explains it. Basically, you hook up, everything basically hooks up to here, except the alternator will connect directly to the battery, as well as the positive and negative feed power to the EFI computer. So this way you avoid the noise from going through the switch, and everything works as it's supposed to. And then when you cut this off, this will cut the ignition, fuel pump, and everything else that's connected through it. Cool. So that's the idea. Today I just wanted to take a quick look at where I'm going to put the fuel pump wiring. Give yet another shout out to Bone Shaker's Garage, who said that should be a good enough ground for the battery, as long as I'm grounding the engine to the frame, which I definitely plan to do. So should be good there. I might leave this a little bit long for now. It doesn't necessarily have to be this long though. So this is going to go to the battery, which will hook up here. I'll put a big enough loop to hopefully get it over this lug. If not, what I was thinking of doing was also putting another bus bar here for 12 volt in the back, and then connecting this to here, which might come in handy if I want to put like a stereo system or something. I can hook up directly to this. This is a circuit breaker. Let's do this. I do need to know generally where it's going to be. This is what you need to go to the front, and it's the 12 volt trigger. So when this is triggered, this tells the relay to send 12 volt power directly from the battery here, switch battery, directly to the fuel pump. We might need to extend this. So at some point what I'll do is I will snip this around here, or use my little solder plugs to put them together. I'm trying to think of the best way. If I take this up alongside the power wire, it's obviously not grounded yet, but for illustrative purposes, I guess it doesn't really matter as long as you make some decision and go with it. that would work. There's plenty of room right behind here. This right here. And then this right here. And that to there. And that to that. What do you think? One. Okay, this here. Test. Okay, no, that's no good. And that's why we test. That's a bad spot. That is the weirdest thing. This interior piece just does not fit right. And I'm finding it hard to believe that it's just because there's like less than a millimeter of this stuff in the way. Alright, so it's got to go either up behind this, can't go right there. There's nothing stopping us from putting it here. The lights do go here, but I think we can make room. And then we can do this. You know what? I'm good with that. That's fine. We'll do it for now. If we got to move it later, and that's cool too. I'm gonna go get some hardware. Alright, so I got the self-tappers that came with the kit. I'm gonna drill tiny little pilot holes. Actually, I bought some. So I bought a lot of cool tools and I was debating on showing you guys, but you know, I see that. Actually, it did work. Where did I say I was going to put the other one? You know what? That is fucking dangerous. Let's do this. I don't think it can. Alright, this thing is super dangerous. Alright, so that kind of worked. I don't want to widen it too much or else it's not gonna. Alright, cool. Did that just take the paint off? Oh my god, this thing's sharp. This is one of the most frightening tools I think I've ever used. Pretty scary. Scary stuff. Sweet. I'm a little worried it opened up the things a little too wide. We'll find out in a few minutes. This thing, man. That thing gives no F's. So, eventually what I want to do is not use self-tappers. I hate using self-tappers. I think if you've watched this channel before, you know I like rib nuts. I don't have hard, I have the small rib nuts that can fit a smaller thread than this, but I don't have the correct hardware. So, that's gonna have to wait. At some point I will do it though. Probably when I find out that I can't put the tail lights back on because the things are coming out too far. Move it to the side wall. This is not the right size hardware for this. It's obnoxious. You need like a thin wall, 8mm deep. Okay. By the way, I have no deep 1/4" sockets. I thought I did, but I do not. Does anybody know the reasoning why these are 2 different sizes and 2 different colors of metal? This is a little loose here. Alright. Let me find a ring for this that's big enough to go around that. So I have a bit of a problem. The biggest loop that I have here will not fit. Unless I do unless I fork it, cut the tip of this and then fork it in. I don't like that for a fuel pump. That's a bad idea. You don't want to lose fuel. Okay. So let's see the hardware. Ooh, maybe this. This is the hardware that came with the fuel pump. This might fit. I don't think so. Let's see. It fits. Okay. Excellent. So that gives us this. We're just going to need to strip and then crimp this on. Cool. Be right back with the crimpers. Okay. Alright, let's see right there. Okay. I'm going to count this as a yellow. Secure. Oh yeah. Okay. These go back to back. Okay. Perfect. Now, that means we have 12 volt hot from the battery when this is on. Connected to a circuit breaker over here, which connects to the relay. This will probably tuck up in here. The ground over here, we'll clean this up when we get closer to firing this off. The relay is already hooked up to the fuel pump over here, so really we just need a ground and a battery, and then we can test the fuel pump momentarily because you don't want it to burn up. Just test it real quick, and we're not doing that today. Cool. So let's just do another test here to see if this fits, or if we're gonna have to end up trimming this. Which if we do, I don't care. I will do it. No, that fits. Yeah, good. And tucks in underneath nicely. Alright, so just to keep this out of the way, I'm gonna put some, it's not gonna be the permanent solution here for this, but I do want to keep this generally in the correct location, because I'm going to be pulling on it a little bit, and I don't want it to move. I'm still not sure if I want it to go this way. Like, do I want it to come down this way? I don't know. I guess it'll be okay. I could go around the wheel well, around the outside. I'd rather not though, because if it gets hit or something, it could pinch that and cause a short. That could be a problem. So I could go across here. I could actually go over it too. I don't think that's the shortest path though. Let's see if we could pin this up somewhere else. Now, I do want to do like, I could put rib nuts in, like one right here with a clamp. I just don't remember exactly where the seat will go. I ended up throwing my seat out because it was covered in mold back in episode 1. For anti-theft purposes, what do you say we put a switch in over here, so you have to have the fuel pump switch on. So I'm going to come up this way with the battery to the front. The alternator is going to come back, as well as the EFI computer, wherever I put that. That's going to come back around that way, down to the battery. This is definitely not where this is going to stay. This is temporary. Alright, I dug and I dug and I dug and I finally found my bus bar. However, this is too big, I think. Here's my issue. I was thinking about putting this up here, like this. It'd have to go like about right here. It's a little bit too big. Like, I don't need it to be this big. I'm not gonna have this many connections to it. I might have one other connection coming off of it. So I just need like one connection to this side and then another coming off the other side. So I'm gonna order a new one, smaller, maybe just 2 posts, and we'll do this next time. With that said, it took me forever to find it, and the sun's going down. So I'm just gonna hit this with a little sanding and maybe just cover some of the surfaces and prep it for painting, even though I'm not gonna paint it yet. Hopefully I'll have a nice weekend soon. So, all right, so if this turns out to be an atrocity, and I'm just going to redo it. What a mistake it was using that Eastwood stuff. Just did not go on right from the beginning. But that was my fault for sticking with it. I'm gonna put a coat of SEM trim black on this. Just see what happens. Yeah, look at that. Wow. Looks better with just the rust reformer. And look at this. That's not good. It's having a reaction with Rust-Oleum. That's funny. Alright, well, let's see what we gotta do. Alright, you know, it doesn't look that bad with the trim black. It looks okay, I guess. The wrinkling is a problem. I'm gonna have to clean all that out. That's probably gonna come right up. We'll see. And then I'm going to completely sand this whole thing, and I'm gonna spray it with the gun in Oxford White. But I need to mask off all the other stuff. Mask off everything. But that came out okay. I think up here, like from here up, is good. The other side looks okay. Yeah, so I'm not, this is annoying, but it's not as bad as I thought it'd be. Like, look at this right here. Can you see that? I don't want to touch it, but not sure if I'm going to release this as a video, but if I do, then, well, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Might have to do a little choppy. Yep. A little choppy. Plus this thing's in such poor condition that I don't really care that much about it. Alright. What was I going to do next? I don't remember. Oh, the front. Yeah, shit. Oh, in the face.